Welcome, no one in particular, to Monster Hunter World. And we need a new pair of pants. Last part of our outfit that doesn't match, which is my favorite weapon so far in this game. I played the PSP version of Monster Hunter quite a bit, and even picked up the copy on the Vita of the same game, Monster Hunter Freedom Unite 3, I think it's called. Something like that. Complicated titles, but that's what you get with a Japanese game. Anyway, enough rambling, especially since no one's watching right now anyway. Let's get on to the questing. So, quests in Monster Hunter are set up in sort of layers. You have your side quests that you can achieve as you're doing the main quests that you set for yourself. And is not Bootsy Mark II the most adorable kidda ever? Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? I'm talking quiet today because Tank Baby is supposed to be taking her evening nap, so we'll see how that goes. And, did I say I was going to get to questing? Well, let me talk about it a little bit first. I can't talk and do things at the same time. So there's lots of ways you can pick up your quests. You can talk to the handler, or you can talk to a sign. The choice is yours. She happens to be here, so I do like the personality of the quest board better, though. Claim rewards, return from expedition. Oh yeah, I'm actually in a quest. I need to go. I'm late. I'm supposed to be capturing a monster or something. Do I have my stuff? I don't have my stuff. Well, I'm kind of confused now. Let's see. Claim rewards. Special rewards. Alright. Nothing. I think what happened is I timed out on the last quest I was on, because before I left, I was in a quest, and then I put the console to sleep, and I think it just timed me out. So now we've got to post a new quest, which is too bad because we were doing investigations. So these are the main quests that you can pick up. Assigned quests are story missions. Optional are optional story missions that I think are repeatable. They're not really important. These are the ones that you're going to actually grind out for materials and things. And there's no XP, there's no leveling up in this game as far as your character. It's all about your gear. And you craft better gear and upgrade the armor that you have by using the loot that you get from these expeditions. So here we have a mission to capture a monster, and it's the same thing as killing them, only right before the finishing blow you throw down a trap and pray that it works. They're actually very reliable, but the one time that it doesn't work, that can ruin your day. You catch them in an electric trap or a pitfall trap, and then you throw tranquilizers at them. So that's what we're going to try to do. And prepare yourselves for mediocrity. Oh, hey! Mature people for real. Hi. I have no idea how to say your handle, but I was thinking more along the lines of the mature people for real. Nice to see you. So, here we are taking off on a investigation. Look at our little kids. So, in case you didn't know, Bootsy Mark II is named after a cat that my grandpa had. And he was so awesome. He was a little warrior. He was like a real life Palico. Have you seen the new dev blog? No. Tell me about it. So I'm excited about like where War Thunder's going, but I'm at that point, like it's been long enough after French Tanks that I'm kind of tired of playing French Tanks, and airplanes are like really fun. They're always where I go to to get back into the fun of the game. But honestly, like the RB Enduring Confrontation was so fun that it just makes everything else seem like dull by comparison. So I've been taking a little bit of a break from War Thunder. All people are getting a makeover. It's getting people. Oh, Sounds! I heard about that. Yeah, they posted on Facebook about that. And, oh, crud, I need to go back to base. I got distracted. Nothing to see here. Nothing to see. Just a guy who can't think and talk at the same time. Sounds getting a makeover. That's cool. I'm sure that'll be really awesome when it happens. I like that they continue to update the basic features of the games. Graphics could use an overhaul. They actually used to be better than they are now, and they're doing a huge graphics overhaul, so that's good. I want to see more game modes. I want to see more game modes, because a team deathmatch and a different kind of team deathmatch, or team deathmatch, or team deathmatch is just it's not something I want to do every day, let's put it that way. I love War Thunder, but I like that they're changing things up, and I'd like to see them do that in an even bigger way. Easy trank bomb. Okay, we have everything we need, so where's our trap? There's our trap. There's our trank bomb. That's what we need for this mission. Okay. I should eat some food. I should eat some food in real life, but I should eat some food in the game too. There was this game called Baldur's Gate, and the mature people, I don't know like how for real old you are, but there was this game called Baldur's Gate, and they did little, game tips and lore in the loading screens like you've come to expect from games these days, but they did it sort of before it caught on all over the place. And some of them were really funny, like one of them was, your character in the game doesn't need to eat or sleep, but you do. So maybe take a break every now and then. And that was good advice, because Baldur's Gate was one of those games that would just draw you in from the first minute, and you could spend days in the game back when it came out. It's still a good game to this day. It's been remastered a few times, which is one of those signs of a decent game. But yeah, back in the day, man, there was nothing like it. I mean, literally there were games like it, but can you hear me furiously button mashing? Ah! Now if we make combo. Ah, come on. We almost had him. Usually he... This is not working out for us. Usually he finishes spitting mud. Go. Now we're good. Oh, heck yes. That's a great game. Yeah, you're my people, bud. Fallout 1. Fantastic. Even Fallout 2, as good as it was not quite... It didn't quite have the story. And not to say that Fallout 1 had this incredible story, but it had an immersive story. Because you actually felt like you could do what you wanted. To a certain extent. I mean, there were just, you could do this like, hey, can I do this random thing? And you could do that random thing. And it was amazing back then. Now I just want to live. Just let me capture you so that we can cut off pieces of you for science. Why are you resisting? This is for the good of humanity. See, he's armoring up. Oof. That, well, that got us what we wanted, and it got us punched in the face. That's, not gonna lie. Sometimes that's gonna happen. What's that from? Around the World in 80 Days. And it's also, I'm misquoting it. There we go. And we're just button mashing now. I can usually focus a little better on strategery, but I can't talk and think at the same time, so let's just hack at this filler. Hope we don't accidentally kill him because we're distracted. Or, you know, have him kill us. That would also be suboptimal. And boom! So with the longsword, Fallout 4 just yeah. Revolutions in gaming of various forms. Hey, stop rolling in the mud. I feel like you are my little baby and I need to wash you. Come here. Here, get washed. Okay. What in the heck is that thing? Well, we gotta chase this guy. He's not gonna capture himself. Fallout 4 was fun, but honestly it never really captured me the way that Fallout 1 and Fallout 2 did. I kept on coming back to the musty basement of the house that I lived in growing up to start a new game in Fallout 4. This time I'm only gonna use my knuckles. Unarmed only. And there's just some of that world building isn't there in Fallout 4, and I think you can't really... Something about having like modern graphics also takes away from just the fantasy, I think. And also, I was a kid then. It was easier to fall in love. And I'm sure I've forgotten all the boring and tedious bits because that's the way memory works. You don't remember the annoying stuff as much. Unless that's your personality. There are people that remember the stuff they don't like. It can be a burden or a gift. Because then you know how to make things better. Let's try to... Never mind, he's not attacking me. I was gonna say let's try to dodge, but there's like an active dodging you can... Oh, we did it by accident! That was awesome. So we just, yeah, that was an active dodge. That was neat. So that does damage to our enemy, like a counterattack kind of deal. And it also gives us sword power. So, again, hard to talk and think at the same time. The trick is to just not think about what you're talking about, but no, I still don't do that anymore. Whew. So, this is Monster Hunter World. Where do you live? USA? Yeah, USA. So, on the west coast of the United States, there's a beautiful and beautifully strange state called Oregon. And I live in the middle of, like, Redneck and Hippieville. And If you had to ask me, I guess I'd identify as a redneck. But, I don't think there's many true rednecks left. Grew up on a small retirement ranch. Never did any ranch work in my whole life. Grandpa did it all. But, outside of a small town. Ooh. I feel you, bro. Sometimes I have a download going or something, and my ping gets up to like 300, and it's just unplayable. 999. You are made of sterner stuff than I am, sir. All right, so he's running for the second time. He should be hurting pretty good now. And if you look on the little mini map, my scout flies are telling me that, well, for one, they like this game a lot better than Fable 2, and the other thing they're telling me is that this monster is yellow in his eye. So either he's jaundiced from too much malt liquor, or he's about halfway down on health. So hopefully it's the latter, because that's what we want. Oh man, but he is spitting on us, so that's a thing. Oh, I tried to dodge. Yeah, we got a piece of him. Alright. So he's looking hurt. Oh, hell. Well, we hit him one too many times. I knew it was gonna happen. I done goofed. Well, we got a fin. That's what happens when you fail a mission in Monster Hunter. You want another small YouTuber? Oh, cool. The Scottish Koala, was it? I like that guy. He's got a great channel, and we played a duel together, and he handed me he handed me both my wings, separate from the fuselage of the plane. Yeah, nice guy. Hello, lads. Alright. Let's try that. Let's try that again. I knew I should have thrown a net on him. Alright. Investigations. Capture. Last chance. Start from there. Why not? Saw him in a 7.7 tank RV and he died in You know, there's a lot of tanks that you feel that way when they're stock. And, oh, sorry, my legs are asleep. And, you know, I got good at tank RB for a while, and it really just came down to playing the game in a way that wasn't really fun for me, but it got results. So there could be some issues with tank RB, or maybe I'm just not good at tanks. But there are some tanks that are just a total blast. But that's the thing. Some tanks are really fun to play, and a lot of those tanks are premiums. Yeah. Come on. There we go. Camera gets a little screwy when you're trying to climb down. I did it again. I gotta pick up the stuff out of the box. Cannot think and talk. Alright, here we go. Glad you're enjoying the channel, by the way. I just do this to sort of have a social life and never leave my house at the same time. I used to play MMOs and and you know, just chat with people while you're brain dead killing mobs of monsters. I used to be a puller, so I would go and again get a big cloud of monsters following me, and I'd always get like more than people could handle and be like, what? I can handle them by myself. What's the problem? But the squishy casters don't like it if you pull too hard, so that's a thing. But can we not just like appreciate how beautiful this game is? I mean, that really can go a long way. But it's also a very well crafted game. One of the things about the Monster Hunter series is the games tend to be fairly well polished, which is refreshing. It means they don't come out with a lot of games, and they've been mostly okay, focus time. Vigor Wasp. You can call for a Vigor Wasp? That's cool. You should get sponsored by another channel or YouTuber. Oh, that's cool. You know, if I had... I've played a heck of a lot of Skyrim. If I had any, like, interest in growing, then I would go for that, but I kind of want this to just be a fun thing for me. And I'll get too serious about it if I try to make it become a thing, you know what I mean? And here my wife is, waiting for it to become. She's like, so have you made any money? No, and I never will. But, I just want to kind of get a feel for what I'm doing. Skyrim's a great game, but I've played it so much that I would have to... I've probably bought it 3 or 4 times, but I've played it so much that I'd have to have a reason to come back to it. What are we doing now? We are powering up our sword, and we're running away. Well, thank you, sir. I like to think it's a result of my personality. I love people, I love talking, so YouTube's a good place for me. Didn't always love people. I used to be really, like, closed off, and I used to just, like, talk, like, to whoever was listening. And people would ask me, like, Wix, who are you talking to? And I'd be like, whoever's listening. Like, nobody's listening. Well, you heard me. But, yeah, I just like to have fun. What? This is fun? Yeah, we're having lots of fun. That's why I'm so angry. Alright. Give me that sweet short rib. And there's a lot of spots on this guy where my blade will just bounce right off because he has like mud armor, and you can knock the mud off of him if you have things. Are you retired? I married a woman who is very hardworking, has a good education, and landed a job with the post office. Sorry, trying to talk and play at the same time. And I used to be a wildland firefighter, and now I just don't have the... I'm not in the kind of shape where I can do that, and I have back problems. So I'm not retired, but I'm a stay-at-home dad and a volunteer youth pastor. So that is that. In fact, tonight I have Bible study with my kids tonight. I do everyone, it's like 6 to 12, I think, is my age group. So really great group of kids. So yeah, basically my wife pays for everything. And then in the summertime, I mow lawns and things, find little odd jobs to keep myself busy and give myself a reason to get out of the house, sort of stay in a reasonable shape. But I'm really out of shape during the winter. It's bad. I'm in the worst shape of my life. But I'm actually just starting to get okay with that. I once, at one time, I had it was almost a 40-degree curve in my spine. Oh, cool! Armored Warfare. You know, I played that game when it first, I think, went into open beta. And I had just gotten into War Thunder at that time, and War Thunder was just so much better with the mechanics of the game that even though I love modern vehicles, just couldn't get into Armored Warfare. I did play it a little bit though, and I really enjoyed it. It never caught me. Because I'm one of those people that plays games like obsessively. It's definitely like something that was a coping mechanism, but now it's just like more of an addiction. So any way I can like find an excuse to make that productive is just alright by me. Run away! Aw, come on. We almost did something cool, but then we accidentally very much didn't. Alright. Alright. We can do this. Hey, bud. Hey, bud. Thank you for the health. So that's a new thing in this one, is your little cat friend brings heals to you. So they've really done a great job of giving this, like, you don't just feel like you're soloing a monster because you got your little pet friend to help you out when you fail hard like I'm doing right now. Take my affection. There we go. Oh goodness. Ooh. And sometimes you can find those in the environment. You know, I had some amazing teachers in the small town that I grew up in, and I was like, you know, I didn't have a ton of respect for the kids my age, so I really looked up to my teachers. I mean, I guess that's not really what I meant to say, but you know what I mean? I guess I kind of identified with adults more. I don't know. So some of my classes were like, they were boring classes, but my mom used to say that only boring people get bored, and you can say a lot about my mom, and I'll listen. But she is anything but boring, and she never lets herself be bored, and so I learned from her, I guess. The trick to not being bored is multitasking, like we're doing here. And I would read a novel during class, you know, some sci-fi thing or a Tom Clancy book or something, and I would also read the textbook at the same time. So I would be like, I would read the chapter that we're learning, and this is, you know, the American school system, so, you know, class moves at a snail's pace because no child left behind. But, you know, all the other children are bored to death. So I would read the textbook and a personal novel or two at the same time and listen to the class engagement, and I never failed to be on task. So almost all of my teachers let me get away with that, ironically, except for my English teacher. So she didn't let me get away with that. She's like, Casey, you know, you've got way too much potential to be slacking off. And so my composition was pretty good. But man, I used to slack off hard in school because reading books constantly multiplies your ability to process information. Like, I'm way less intelligent now than I was when I was reading all the time. Make 2019. Ooh. Okay, that's the TU-95. Is that the Frogfoot? Is that the ground attacker? Because if that is, then that means we're definitely getting the A-10 as well. And I'm pretty sure we will get the A-10. They're saving that for just the last second to announce. Ah, well, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Because they have you know, modern MBTs that have been announced. I can't wait, man. I can't wait. The A-10 is coming. And the Abrams is the Abrams, or something that's close enough to an Abrams that I don't care. It's coming. And that just makes me happy because I grew up with that tank. You know, my dad was in the Army, and you know, we'd watch videos of Abrams tanks when Dad was deployed in Iraq. The Russians will get all the bias. All the bias. That's what they'll get. Oof. Okay, he's hurt. The thing is... Okay, he's really hurt, isn't he? No, I just don't know. Because if he's not... Oh, wow. What was that? That was odd. So, if I take this guy down, then I fail. But if I don't hurt him really bad, then I can't capture him. I think he's close. He's getting desperate. Let's try it. You just get better rewards. It's the same thing as killing him, only... Alright, he's hurting. Come on, come on, come on, let me put the trap down. Here. Come here, buddy. Come here. Come on. Come on. Trap just failed. So that's it. I mean, there's nothing else I can do. I'm gonna fail this one again. That's too bad. You just throw a Pokeball. You got it right, man. This is why I wish I had this on PC. But there we go. He was one hit away from dying. Well, before I started recording, I only failed this mission once. But this is it's a tougher mission mode, so it's not supposed to be easy. Having said that, it's not supposed to be this hard either. Maybe, let's see if I can do a new story mission. Trophy earned, giant crown. Is that like my prize for failing 2 missions in a row? Here's a big ol' hat. Yeah, the dunce cap could be described as a giant crown. Yeah. Alright, well that was That was suboptimal, as you might say, but it was fair. That was not a good situation. I'm already thinking if I had some slinger ammo, I could have baited him into my trap. I could have waited a little bit longer to set the trap on better ground to where he would step into it sooner. That marshy ground is really hard to set up a trap on. So just because of the environments that guy lives in, makes it really difficult to trap him. So this and other excuses available now. But wait, there's more. I'm not trying to make an excuse, I'm just trying to explain what happened. So we can both learn from this. My mom also used to always tell me, stop making excuses. That was a good lesson. I mean, I like to explain things because that's just a habit of mine. I like to understand what's going on. But, no excuses. You gotta own your mistakes. Yoo-hoo. I knew I'd tapped the right hunter for the job. I'm married, lady. So you see all those wild spires around us are built by carrier ants. And I want you to catch some. You want me to catch ants? Or spires? You want me to catch ants. 9 swarms? 9 ants total. Well, there's a bunch of ants, so let's see if this mission is as easy. We're in the kiddie pool now, boys. Let's capture 9 of these little fellas. Okay, that was 3. Kind of feel cheated there, but okay. So these are the spires. No, I didn't want to talk to you. Here's another spire. Where you at, ants? Come here. Face me like a man. Or an arthropod. You know, your choice. I don't know if you've watched Slickbee, but for a while he was describing himself as the flying anthropod, and it was because he was misappropriating the word. He meant to say arthropod because ants are arthropods, but he was accidentally being really clever because anthro is human, and an anthropod would be like a humanoid ant. Get it? So like to call himself the flying anthropod. Oh, sorry, bee. I meant to say bee the whole time. Again, can't think and talk at the same time. So he was accidentally being very clever, and I wish that he would stick with it. But he stopped calling himself the flying anthropod, so that's too bad. And now, who is it? Is it Napalm? Yeah, Napalm. He stopped saying ultimatively. He started correcting himself, so I'll miss those days. I liked his Germanglish. Oh, hello, Kuluyaku. Do we want to go stab him in the butt? Maybe. We're just kind of having a good time now. This is where we don't have a particular mission, but you know what? Let's go pick on that Kuluyaku. I need to look good in front of my fans. So we don't really have a particular mission. Now our mission is to play as much Monster Hunter as we can before the baby wakes up. That's our mission. So you can just cruise around in the open world here. And of course the term open world is always sort of a loaded term. Here's a stick. Why don't you just go have some fun? Yep, they're starting to learn just how reliable I am. So we're picking up feathers and footprints and, you know, catching ants with a net. We've been downgraded. you get research points for getting these field samples of footprints and feathers and whatever monsters leave behind. And in the map, that helps you to track those monsters and know what's going on with them, like if their health is low or if they're running away or whatever. And you can see them on the mini-map. And then when you get back to base, you can share that information with your... Hello, I'm going to start picking on you now. You can share that information with the science nerds, and they help you learn things about the animals. Oh! I done got slapped. Okay, he hits harder than an ant. He's at least like uncle status. Oh man. You don't want your uncle to hit you. And we're stabbing him in the booty. It's the safest place to attack this guy, I think. How about you put down that rock and fight me like a man? What do you mean I have a long sword? It's still fair. I don't have any ammo for my little shooter. Because they look alien. And those autoloader, or the oscillating turrets, sometimes really protect the... They really split up the tank to where fragments get eaten up by the turret. So you can't one-shot those oscillating turret designs as easily. Makes things a bit more challenging, but like usual, you take down the turret crew and the rest of the tank is soon to follow, one would suppose. Man, I haven't played against French tanks in a while. I just kind of, I like that everybody has a Sherman now, and I don't like that everybody has a Sherman now. Cause like, I like to keep a pretty clean look on my screen, so I don't have a lot of like markers over the enemy tanks. I just identify them by like, okay, this is the nation that's with us, so that's a, that's a Russian tank, so that's an enemy, or that's a French tank, so that's an enemy. And it gets a little tougher when you see a Sherman and you're like, wait, friend or foe? You got that second where you're not quite sure. But I'm sure that I wouldn't really, it's not a real problem, it just becomes a little irksome. Those little things that you gripe about even though you love the game. Alright, well he's happy. Excited to see me, bud. I'm happy to see you too. Come here. Let's hug. Let's hug. Oh, he picked up a rock again. Come on, bud. Nobody likes a rock. Even a rock doesn't like a rock. Kurds and Shias fighting each other. Yeah. I think you're starting to learn something about my work ethic. Alright. I got distracted once. I mean, that's what people tell me. I have a friend who was in my Sunday school class, and he's a kid, and he has even less attention span than me, and it's great, because he's just all over the place, but he's a riot. He's got a channel too, it's called the Savage Brothers, but, he's just kind of doing whatever he wants to do. He's been playing Call of Duty lately, and, I'm not a big fan of Call of Duty. but I'll still watch him play because he's my bud. I liked watching him play Fortnite when he was playing that. It's like a Lego PUBG. And are you telegraphing an attack? What is he doing? Looks like he's trying to shake out a little dookie out of his pant leg there or something. Oh, he stole an egg! Hey, you're not supposed to do that. Don't steal eggs, buddy. Egg stealer. Here, justice. Oh, we missed with our final slash, so we get an upgraded sword damage if we hit with that last slash. He's just going ham. I guess we could finally use the lock on. Which Savage Brothers are for? It's called The Savage Bros, and he has a golden crown as his emblem. Kind of surprised we haven't killed this thing yet, but should I be surprised? Oh, we got him. Kuruyaku slayed. I think slain would be the technically correct grammar. But I mean, this game did come from Japan, so I kind of miss those days where games would be really poorly translated, but still enough to where you could make sense out of sort of what was going on. There's this game called Battle Rangers that is an arcade game, but with MAME you can play it. That's I think people call it MAME or whatever, but MAME is a program you can use to emulate an arcade cabinet, and that just opens up a world of fun, you know, on the outer fringes of legality, but who's gonna stop you? It's not like the arcade cabinet business is really affected by internet piracy, I should say, emulation, but you can play on MAME, Battle Rangers. Minecraft, I may have just killed a parrot. He used to make like edited videos, you know, not just like live stuff, but stuff that he planned out and did a little like acting with his dad. And there's this one, I think it's called Do It Right or something. But his dad's like, he's like, hey dad, can I have some water? His dad, who's also a friend of mine, is like, are you gonna do it right this time? And he just makes this face like, maybe. And then he gives them the water and he just like pours it down his face. Just goofy stuff like that. The kid knows how to have fun, is what I'm saying. And so many games just kind of make you angry instead of giving you a chance to have fun. That's when you play something else for a while. Or buy a premium tank. And embrace the salt. Okay, now what are we doing? Just kind of wandering. Maybe we can face a monster that's too tough for us and get killed in one hit. Let's see if we can do that. That's our new goal. If we make our goal to fail beautifully... Hey, who's that? We got 2 people in the stream now. Welcome to the stream. Alright, so... we're looking for trouble. This is Monster Hunter, and... we're just exploring the world while Tank Baby is taking a nap. And she is out. Like, usually she sort of, like, complains some. You know, half of the team always dies. Yeah, there's, like... that seems to be the case with German teams on the ground and in the air. Their vehicles really are able to perform, but in in a constrained way. You know what I mean? If you play tactically in German tanks at any tier or German aircraft, then you can just roll over the enemy team. But half of your team is not is not on the same page. That's why I kind of like small matches where you get, hey, there's some more ants. Now we're gonna see there's like 50 on the ground there. Yeah, we caught 3 of them. And that's it for that, so... Wowzers, you found them already? Like, it took an entire in-game day, 24 hours. What a good job. I kind of feel like I'm being talked down to here. Great, this should be more than enough, sport. Good job, champ. You didn't even die? Oh, I did kill a Kuluyaku. Could you report our findings to the resource center for me? Sorry, normally... You want me to do your paperwork too? Oh, well, I mean, I'd say I have better things to do, but I did just give myself the goal to go get murdered by a massive monster. Let's see. Go find a monster that can kill us, or do some paperwork. So how about that monster? So, the ants are part of a category of creatures in the game called endemic life, which is basically just like the local wildlife. And, you know, unlike the Australian local wildlife, not every one of them can kill you. So, come on, catch him. Oh, we can never catch those guys. So basically, you can just catch the little local critters in a net and turn them in for research points. And you can also let them loose in your tent or in your hut back in town. So they're just kind of decorations and just a fun little thing to have in the game that also doubles as gaining you research points. And research points are basically just another form of currency in the game. You can trade them for food in town, meals and services, and you can also trade them for certain equipment upgrades and things. The top killer in Australia. Top killer. I'm gonna go with mosquitoes. You guys don't have hippos, do you? Because mosquitoes are killers. I grew up, or I lived 4 years in Alaska, and the mosquitoes are like, they are the center of organized crime in Alaska. they move in mobs, and they're massive. Like, they make them bigger there, and not only are they, you know, strong enough to carry you away and steal your girl, but they're very aggressive. Every day 1,000. I believe it. You know, the Lego company they used to not make any Lego weapons, anything that resembled a weapon. And I mean, they still made like swords and stuff, but talking like, I guess, modern weapons or something, because they wanted to see more, I don't know, child friendly. But every Lego is secretly a weapon. Lego. So these doodles will eventually lead us to local cat people. Yeah, Lego is a different company now. It's basically like there's a Lego version of everything. Those mite seeds will increase my attack for a short while. I am really wandering now. Let's look at our map and give ourselves a quest. There's some honey. There's a bone pile. We can get resources from these places. Wyvern egg. Deliver it back to camp if you can. You know what? Camp is right there. Or, no, there's a camp right here, right? Eastern Camp. Let's go there. Let's go there. How hard could it be? How hard could it be? We did want to face a monster that will tear our face off. When is your next Warzone video? It's always been my channel. Soon I want to make a 7.7 Germany Tank RB video. But I guess just as soon as I have material for that. I've been playing a lot of this and a little bit of Warframe and let's see. Yeah, I want to make another mouse video just for the fun, and because you were the one that asked about it, right? I like the mouse. I've had a lot of fun in it because it's one of those tanks that like I don't take the mouse out expecting to do well. I take the mouse out expecting to have fun, and it within 1 or 2 matches I'm laughing because just crazy stuff happens when you drive a mouse, just silly things, you know, and it wouldn't be so funny to somebody else, but I laugh my pants off. And of course, every time you punch through the armor with that 128 high velocity gun and you just watch everything in the tank turn black, you get that evil cackle out of me and you know that life is good. So I'll have to make another mouse video soon. It really comes down to when I have some free time, I guess. Probably tomorrow I'll do the gameplay, maybe, and then Friday or Saturday hopefully have the video up. I've spent less time making videos than I used to. Okay, so we set a waypoint. Our flies are guiding us there. Here's a wyvern egg. And here we go. Okay, and I really don't know what's going to happen because this is a wyvern's egg. So presumably, if there's a wyvern in the area, it's going to be not very pleased with us. You better hurry. Okay, it's telling me to jump down there. You can't jump down with a wyvern egg, can you? Oh, I guess you can climb. Did not. I hear wings. Oh, and I was distracted. It's too late to say goodbye. Oh, there you go. Bye-bye. You, have a good time at school. Let's see if we can make it back to camp. I always enjoyed school because I decided to enjoy it. There's always some way of making it fun. Okay, now I think you can put it in the box here. Throw the egg. It just splatters. It's no good. Supply box. Deliver wyvern egg. So it gave me some research points. That's it. Well, that was kind of anticlimactic. Bye-bye. Catch you next time. It's been a pleasure. And you know, I think this is a good place to end the stream. So, for anybody else who's watching, catch you next time. Bye-bye.